We're just in Adelaide doing medicals. We come in a day early so we can have a look at some cars. Absolutely fallen in love with Adelaide. What a beautiful, beautiful city. Absolutely beautiful. There's old buildings. It's like a little tiny city surrounded by enormous gardens, and then the rest of Adelaide's around it. If you want somewhere cool to sit on the grass, you don't have to go more than a couple of blocks. It's just a magnificent place. There's a lovely one in here, an original one here, and this is down the very main street. It's just lovely. Yes. It's 3:30 in the afternoon, so this is about as busy as it gets really. We'll probably get a bit busier at 5, but it's a very easy place to drive around. Very easy.
That's what we're going to be doing.
This is the centre of town. This is our camping ground at Lameroo. Lameroo's about the only place in the deserty parts of Australia. Lameroo actually means no surface water, and there is absolutely zero surface water here, but as you can see, all of the grass here is green, and that's because there's our caravan and Pajero, and that's because there's a bore down here, goes straight into the GAB, the Great Arterial Basin. The Great Arterial Basin is billions and billions and billions of tonnes worth of underground water. So we're actually having a barbecue over the WAP, and I encourage you to use sprinklers in here because this place will never run out of water. Water comes from the Grampians, and it moves at about 1 metre a year. All these people here, except for those ones over there on the far one, I don't know who they are, they're all here with ABB, the grain people. We've just had full medicals today with ABB. We had to go into Adelaide and have full medicals before you can be even accepted for a job or even considered for a job. Make sure you're not dilapidated or anything. And luckily I kept the lady talking long enough that she didn't realise I was a dilapidated old crock, and I plastered with flying colours. So basically that's all you have to do to really get a job. They're going to put us in a really remote spot, another 100 kilometres east, in a place called, we call it Wobbly Up. I don't know what it's called something or rather up. And up in Aborigine means water. So 100 kilometres towards Sydney on this main road, you come to a place called something or rather up, Ungyanup or Uglanup or Wayanup or something. And it's about 40 kilometres from a place beginning with O. So when I find out where we're getting posted, I will let you know. In the meantime, we're having a barbecue. We're having prawns on the barbie. We're having, at home we have deviled eggs, like you know how you have stuffed eggs. Here, I have just had the most amazing eggs. They're, I don't know what's in them. They're stuffed with sort of like a seafood sauce, and it's got a shrimp on top, and it's so good. I've got to learn how to make them. So we went up to Adelaide yesterday, had a look around, looked at a few cars. What an amazing, beautiful city. That lady that does the advert on Adelaide, you know, she goes, oh yes, in another half hour up the road we're in the Barossa Valley and we're drinking wine. What a load of crock. Adelaide is a zillion times better. If you come to Australia, you're wanting a holiday in Australia, forget the Gold Coast, forget Sydney, forget Melbourne, come to Adelaide. What a place. I want to tell you so much more about it, but oh look, I would go on all day. Amazing, amazing place. Anyway, the barbecue's cooking. I just had to put my hair up because I was getting hair everywhere. and get the camera to do a update. We've got Ellen's sister Susan and Darren are coming down for the weekend. They've just bought a new camper trailer, so they're going to parch it about here somewhere. They're about an hour away. They're in Laracourt or something. We came through there on the way up from Mount Gambier. So they're going to come up for the weekend. And then, I think, next week, over the next 3 days, it's going to be... They're looking at about 46 to 47 degrees. Now, when they take the temperature here, that's in the shade. Out in the sun, our thermometer only goes up to 50, and it goes straight up to 50 instantly. So when we're working outside, you're looking well into the 50s, But we're acclimatising really, really well. I think it's... What are we now? It's 25 degrees, and it's 7 o'clock at night. Really comfortable. Yeah, it's great. Love it. Bye. I'm just standing in the campground. I was just walking back to the barbecue and I just saw the big grain silos. This is the, what is it, SAC something or other. This is a South Australian. But anyway, this is where all the grain, and they're enormous silos, huge, 4 great big enormous silos. So they're right by the camping ground here, on the other side of the road. Everything is by trains. So whenever you see these great big grain stores, you know, there's a railway track right through. And the railway track finishes at Pinaroo anyway, so yeah, toodles. She must be about 7:30, I think, by now. Kids are out. This is on that reclaimed pond that they've made just right by the motor camp here. As I said, this is an unheard of thing in the outback of Australia. This just does not exist. You've got no idea how rare a pond is out here. If I remember tomorrow, I'll get some footage of actually around, away from green grass. This will be the only green grass you will see, probably this entire documentary. This is our 9-month-old barbecue. These are our new friends. We're all grain pickers. Lovely, lovely couple over here. This is Fred. Fred's a real dude. Hell of a nice guy. This guy's from Tasmania. Fred's missus. Other Tasmanian lady. These folk here, they've just done their warrant of fitness for their medical. They're going to the grains. My Al and Joe. Joe is an absolute sweetheart. He's in the camp next to us, in the caravan next to us.